Welcome, I'm Dr. Janine Bowring, naturopathic doctor, and today I'm sharing my 9 tips for safe natural sun exposure. So tip number 1 is to build something called your solar callus, and to do this slowly. And you want to definitely build up what some people call, if you've suntanned before, building up your base, doing this slowly and naturally. And this is like your own natural sunscreen on your skin, your melanin, and that pigmentation. You can see that I am quite tan now, being a Canadian girl in the middle of our Canadian summer. I've taken advantage of building up that solar callus, doing it slowly and naturally, and that is my own natural sunscreen. Now, if you do know that you're going to need to use some sunscreen, you can definitely make a natural sunscreen, of course, cover up and seek shade and shelter throughout the day as you're slowly building up your tolerance and your skin's ability to sustain itself outside in that UV exposure, which is usually around midday, noon. And I will definitely share with you in another video my own recipe for a natural sunscreen, so make sure you check that out without any of the chemicals, of course, that you should be avoiding. Tip number 2 is to get that early morning sunlight exposure, but also noon exposure and exposure to the sun as the sun is setting. So a great tip is that if your shadow is bigger than you, then you are getting more of that healing red light and that infrared light. Now at midday, when your shadow is very short, that's when you're getting more of the UV exposure and radiation, and this is when your skin could be more prone to burning, but this is when your body also makes your vitamin D. So getting that right amount of sunlight exposure, as much as you can in that morning sunlight, but then midday a little bit as well, and in the afternoon and evening, that's important to obtain all of the full benefits of the sun. Now, the infrared light, especially the infrared A light, has many healing benefits, such as skin regeneration and also preventing photoaging. So as much as people will try to tell you that the sunlight is going to age you and give you a lot of wrinkles, if you do it in the smart way, as I'm sharing, then you can actually reverse some of those signs of aging because of those protective and regenerative sources of that infrared A light. Tip number 3 is to definitely make sure that you are hydrated. So drinking good quality water. This is something that I shared in my water show, so if you missed it, make sure that you check out that episode. But drinking good quality water will help to hydrate you and helps to maximize that proper sunlight exposure to turn that sunlight energy into that active energy and those electric potentials in your body's cells as well. Tip number 4 is to make sure that you're grounded. So the best thing you can do is first thing in the morning, not only be barefoot on the earth, but also look at that early morning sunlight. And that connection to the earth is very important for your overall health, revving up that internal energy and that battery that you house inside of your cells, especially your mitochondria, and giving you that energy throughout the day. Tip number 5 is to include some specific food groups. So seafood is fantastic for helping with the health of our cells. Some organ meats will also give you some B vitamins, which is important in terms of sulfating now your cholesterol. So making sure that you are utilizing all of those mechanisms that we have internally in terms of our physiology to give us that vital energy and to make sure that we're taking care of our mitochondrial health. Now, if you're not going to go as far as eating organ meats, and you need to get your B vitamins, so nuts and seeds will also contain some of those essential B vitamins. Making sure that they're properly chewed and properly digested is very important. And of course, your DHA is one of those important components of fish, but also in the seafood, to help with turning that sunlight energy, especially in the eyes. The DHA is very important to turn it into those electrical signals. Tip number 6 is to eat your greens. So eating foods in season for wherever you live in the world, so based on your latitude, but getting some of that natural chlorophyll into our body is important for maximizing that sun's benefit on our cellular health as well. And this has been proven in the literature that chlorophyll is not just for plants, it is for mammals as well. Tip number 7 is to include some sulfated foods in your diet. So pork will provide some sulfates, but there's other foods as well that will provide some sulfates for your health. And of course, sulfating that cholesterol for your vitamin D is very important for your overall health and of course your immunity as well. Tip number 8 is to remove your sunglasses. Do not wear sunglasses unless you absolutely need to in certain conditions. Sunglasses will have a negative impact on your health. They are definitely related to cancer, as well as making sure that your body is not getting that right chemical signaling from the light cycle in your eyes, and will give your brain the message that it's cloudy outside. So in terms of sunburn, you can burn much more readily if you are wearing sunglasses, because your brain is getting that signal that it's a cloudy day. There's no need to protect the skin from the sun and the UV radiation. So please take off the sunglasses. Not only will it brighten your eyes, but you'll notice distinct differences in your energy levels and in your circadian rhythms as well. Even your sleep will be affected if you remove your sunglasses. So tip number 9 is to really tune into nature. Make that mind-body connection and that gratitude for the sun. The sun gives us life, and taking a few moments every day to have that gratitude, whether you can see the sun or not, but really, connecting with that, taking those deep breaths, connecting with the earth and those electrons from the earth with your grounding, and taking that time to be grateful for everything that you have and everything that you see in nature, in your surroundings. This will really go a long way at helping you on your health journey, and as well as your longevity for the time that you are here on this beautiful planet. So I hope that helped you. I hope you learned something new today, and those were my 9 tips for safe natural sun exposure. If you do have questions or comments, I would love to hear from you, so please do drop them in the comment section below. Be sure to share this video as well. Give me a big thumbs up. I truly appreciate all of your great feedback. And if you're new to my channel, welcome in. I hope that you'll subscribe and click that bell to turn on your notifications so you're always notified of my newest and latest uploads. And remember to always take good care of your health and do it naturally. Thanks for watching today.